And when you find yourself lost in darkness and despair, remember that it is only in the blackest of nights that you can truly behold the stars. Whitey Durham. There are stretches along life's journey where we seem to wander through an endless, suffocating night without a single way out. Familiar things suddenly turn alien. Every effort seems to dissolve into the void, and faith in tomorrow slowly withers away. In those precarious moments, it becomes all too easy to mistake that darkness for the entirety of our existence. Yet, in truth, the shadows are merely a temporary station of circumstance, never a preordained destiny. Sometimes, it is precisely in the bleakest hour that our vision is cleansed to discern the profound truths that the dazzling daylight inadvertently obscured. Cast your gaze upon the nocturnal sky. By day, countless stars still reign in the heavens, yet the blinding sun conceals their steadfast presence from our eyes. Only when night fully descends do those delicate pinpricks of light begin to shimmer serene, yet remarkably resilient. Life, too, mirrors this very essence. When the winds are favorable and all goes smoothly, we lose ourselves in the pursuit of success, accolades, and superficial glamour. Only when we stumble, when loneliness and adversity crash down upon us, are we compelled to peer into the deepest recesses of our soul. And it is within those profound depths that we unexpectedly discover an inner reservoir of strength we never knew we possessed. Adversity has never arrived to destroy us. Certain shadows fall to teach us how to truly perceive life. Certain fractures occur to temper our fortitude, and certain losses compel us to abandon well-worn paths that no longer serve who we are meant to be. Long nights, however interminable they may seem, exist ultimately to remind us dawn does not need to burst forth in haste to prove that it is real and on its way. The most terrifying thing is not being submerged in darkness, but beginning to believe that you will forever belong to it. When the voice of despair whispers that all is lost, remember that a fleeting emotion is never an eternal truth. A harrowing day cannot dictate an entire lifetime. A single stumble cannot diminish your inherent worth, and a dark, winding detour can never claim the right to write the final chapter of your story. If you find yourself adrift in the shadows today, do not rush to curse the silent gloom. Slow down, breathe deeply, and quietly observe with a tranquil mind. You may not yet clearly see the path ahead, but that does not mean it ceases to exist. You may not yet grasp a ray of light, but dawn is undeniably making its journey toward you. For only when the sky turns pitch black can the celestial stars radiate their most brilliant luster. And perhaps, in the very heart of this ultimate darkness, the most formidable and resilient version of you is beginning to awaken. Trust yourself. Create the kind of self that you will be happy to live with all your life. Make the most of yourself by fanning the tiny, inner sparks of possibility into flames of achievement. Golda Meir. With each passing day, you are not merely building a career, accumulating wealth, or seeking acclaim. You are, step by step, sculpting the very person you are destined to become. Every thought you nurture, every choice you repeat, the way you confront adversity, and how you treat the world around you, all are quietly shaping the essence of your character. A day will come when you realize that the companion you must walk with the longest in this life is none other than yourself. Therefore, forge a soul with whom you would feel proud, honored, and at peace to journey alongside. Never underestimate the faint embers smoldering quietly within you. An unfinished idea, a fragile dream, a budding skill, or simply a deep yearning to transform your life, all are the fertile seeds of future miracles. A blazing fire of achievement never erupts out of nothingness. It is forged from countless tiny sparks, striving a little harder each day, rising bravely after defeat, devoting an hour of undivided focus, and making the steadfast choice not to retreat when tempests rage. Many surrender not because they lack capability, but because they extinguish their own spark far too prematurely. They gaze endlessly at the summits others have reached, only to feel demoralized by the modesty of their own efforts. They forget that every monumental blaze once began as a solitary, flickering ember. What matters is not how much you currently hold, but whether you possess the patience and devotion to nurture what is already in your hands. Place unyielding faith in your boundless capacity to grow and evolve. Learn to transmute weaknesses into priceless lessons, stumbles into invaluable experience, and nebulous aspirations into razor-sharp action. Do not wait until you feel utterly flawless to take the first step, for it is the very journey of venturing forth, honing your craft, and persevering that sculpts your brilliance. You do not need to borrow the shadow of anyone else to live a life worthy of pride. You need only awaken the most magnificent version slumbering within yourself. Cherish every fragile spark. Fan them with unshakable discipline, relentless persistence, and undying faith. For in the near future, those seemingly modest sparks will converge into a radiant blaze, illuminating the entirety of your life's voyage. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Christian D. Larson. There are moments on this journey when obstacles loom so formidable that we begin to doubt our very selves. A single failure can shake the strongest fortress of conviction. A harsh rejection can lead us to believe we lack value, and an arduous stretch of road can make the strongest feet falter. But always remember, the magnitude of a trial never defines the boundaries of the human spirit. What determines how high you ascend upon the ladder of life is how you anchor your inner strength in the face of adversity. You may currently lack wealth, experience, boundless wisdom, or fortunate circumstances, yet you perpetually possess the capacity to learn relentlessly, to adapt with resilience, to rise again, and to resurrect yourself from every fall. These intangible virtues cannot be weighed by ordinary eyes, yet they constitute the most potent treasure to guide you through life's turbulent tempests. We often tend to appraise our own strength solely through the lens of present circumstances. When the waters are calm, we feel steadfast. Yet, when the gale unleashes its fury, we easily convince ourselves of our frailty. Reality proves quite the opposite, for it is within the crucible of adversity that our dormant power is truly awakened. Much like muscle that hardens under intense strain, the human resolve is forged into iron only after traversing what once seemed insurmountable. Within you lies an energy far greater than any hurdle cast across your path. It is an unyielding fortitude, a fearless heart, an expansive imagination, and a fierce instinct to prevail. You may not yet realize how resilient you are today, simply because you have never been pushed to your absolute limits. But when life erects a towering fortress before you, you will discover that you not only have the power to scale it, but to emerge entirely transformed, steadfast, grounded, and profound upon reaching the other side. Never let a temporary hardship become a life sentence for your future. Do not let a single misstep become proof of your helplessness. And do not stare into the distant, daunting road ahead to convince yourself to let go. You do not need to be stronger than the entire world in an instant. You only need to be stronger than the fleeting urge to quit. Take one more step, no matter how small or hesitant that stride may be. Anchor your trust entirely in the inexhaustible power coursing beneath your skin. For at times, adversity arrives not to prove that you are insignificant, but to awaken you to the truth. You are far greater than anything you have ever dared to imagine. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Harriet Tubman. Before a miracle manifests in physical reality, it begins as a fragile, nebulous seed cherished in the quiet sanctum of a dreamer's mind. An idea once dismissed as madness, an unformed yearning, a conviction so immense that even the one holding it trembles when giving it a name. Yet, the history of every revolution and every epochal transformation has ignited from such origins. Without dreams, humanity would lose its guiding compass. Without those daring enough to stake their faith on the unseen, this world would never witness extraordinary leaps forward. People often fear grand aspirations simply because they obsess over the vast chasm between reality and their desires. Standing on dust-laden earth, gazing up at the remote constellations, one easily wonders in dismay, how could I ever reach them? It is that very doubt which suffocates countless ambitions before they can even take form. Yet, you do not need to behold the entire path to have the right to set forth. Towering summits were never conquered in a single miraculous leap, but through tens of thousands of small, steady, and relentless strides. The inner power within a person does not always dazzle through thunderous triumphs. Sometimes, it speaks quietly when you awaken from an exhausting day and bravely whisper to yourself, I will try once more. Sometimes, it is the extraordinary patience to continue sowing seeds, even when no green sprout has yet pierced the soil. And sometimes, it is the smoldering fire of passion that refuses to die under the torrential downpour of harsh realities. Your dream is akin to a tender flame in a gale-swept open field. In the beginning, it is so delicate that a mere gust makes the heart tremble with the fear of its extinction. But if you shield it with discipline, nourish it with knowledge, and feed it oxygen through consistent action, that spark will inevitably swell into a radiant aurora. Miracles are rarely born from spontaneous bursts of extraordinary fortune. Most often, they are crystallized from ordinary days in which you quietly advance with steadfast discipline and patience. And reaching for the stars does not necessarily mean becoming a celebrated legend or shifting the cosmos. Changing the world can simply mean mastering the universe within yourself, becoming a kinder soul, sparking inspiration in another life, creating genuine value, and living wholly without an ounce of regret. Never feel ashamed of harboring immense dreams. Do not let the narrow confines of the present imprison the grandeur of your future. You already possess the power to embark, the patience to endure, and the flame of passion to light your path. Continue to dream your purest dreams. Venture forth with all your heart, for the celestial stars above do not belong solely to those who have already touched them. They are also the eternal prize for brave souls who dare to look upward and declare, I will try. You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress, simultaneously. Sophia Bush. There is a breathtaking paradox in personal growth. You can fully cherish who you are right now without waiting to attain perfection. You have the right to take pride in your present self while still aspiring to evolve into a deeper and more complete version. The Those two states of being have never been mutually exclusive. You can be a priceless masterpiece and yet remain a work continuously enriched and refined. So many among us dwell in a quiet, simmering war with ourselves. We fixate on flaws, past fractures, and unfinished pieces, hastily judging ourselves as not good enough. We ensnare ourselves in a cruel trap, believing that only when we achieve enough success, amass sufficient wealth, or win universal acclaim do we earn the right to feel worthy. Yet, if your worth is tethered to some distant milestone, you will forever forfeit your capacity for peace in the present. Consider an oil painting still being brought to life by the artist's brush. When the first strokes grace the canvas, the composition may hold unfinished voids, raw contours, and details awaiting delicate refinement, but that by no means diminishes its artistic soul. On the contrary, those unfinished strokes testify that the canvas is alive, transforming, and ready to welcome the next wondrous hues. The human spirit radiates that very same living beauty. The scars you bear, the falls you endured, and the hard-won lessons of your past have never been emblems of weakness. They are the profound strokes that bestow depth, empathy, and an unmistakable uniqueness upon your soul. You do not need to erase your history to become someone worthy of pride. You need only transmute past tribulations into the precious tapestry of your future. This also means cease comparing your unfinished chapter to someone else's polished anthology. You see their crowning radiance, but not the sleepless nights they wrestled with despair. You witness their glorious finish line, but not the 100 times they fell behind closed curtains. Every life is a distinct current with its own rhythm and sovereign trajectory. Love and show grace to the person you are today, but never use self-acceptance as a shield for complacency. Embrace your current imperfections, yet never cease refining what lies within your grasp. Take pride in the arduous path you have valiantly traveled, while maintaining the humility to learn and expand the horizons of your soul. You need not tear yourself apart, choosing between being good enough or becoming better. You can effortlessly be both. You are a masterpiece, for you carry an inherent sacred brilliance at this very moment. And you are a work in progress, because the epic saga of your life still has its most magnificent chapters yet to be written.